Hello friends, welcome to Kakatiya IAS Academy. I am your Amarnath. In this session, I am going to explain the mentorship program for Civil Service Exam 2020-21. That is, right, preliminary exam and mains exam that is to be conducted in the year 2021. Right. So, why we require a mentor? What is the importance of this mentorship program, right? So in UPSC prelims particularly, the nature of prelims exam is to weed out the candidates, right? So UPSC prepares question papers in such a way in order to eliminate or in order to avoid non-serious candidates entering into civil services exam. So that is the main purpose of preliminary exam. So it is a weeding out exam. Most of the candidates or most of the aspirants, right, they lack understanding the nature of the prelims exam and the intention of UPSC exam, right? So here we call it as a filtration process, but more than filtration process, it is about a weeding out exam. That is what a preliminary exam is. And the questions that are asked in UPSC papers, they are more of unconventional, right? Year on year, the nature of questions asked in prelims particularly, right, they are more of unconventional in nature, where it is because of this unconventional nature the candidates are facing trouble in clearing the prelims exam. Not just prelims exam but even mains exam. So majority of the candidates, that is those who are writing mains, they lack the presentation part of the answer. Most of the candidates, they are very good in reading, they are very good in understanding of what they read, but the problem lies in presenting their point, analyzing in the right way, organization of the answer. So this is what the difficulty in mains area. So presentation of an answer, organizing of an answer, and analyzing the issue. So these are the three AOP: analysis, organization, and presentation. Right? But normally, any candidate who is writing mains, they focus more on gathering of information. They focus on gathering of information, and 90% of the time is utilized 90% of the time is utilized for gathering information with with very little efforts being made towards presentation of answer. So this is what the normal tendency of the candidates who are writing UPSC exam is, both in even in prelims as well as mains. So this is what observed. So more importance is given to information gathering, and in today's times, so we all know that there is a plenty of information in the market, plenty of information, and today there is lot of dumping of information, and students or the aspirants, they are more serious on gathering every information that is available, with very little focus is made on how to use the information that we have, how to present the information that we have. So majority of the candidates who are writing UPSC exam, right, they never think about the strategy that is required for UPSC exam. Right? If they are facing prelims exam, so for 1 year they focus on prelims exam, and after prelims exam, right, before mains exam, they start thinking about mains exam. Right? That is what the normal tendency of the candidates. So lack of effective strategy. Right? As I said, the information problem. Right? And no importance is given to answer organization and presentation. Right? Remember, UPSC is not about gathering of information. UPSC is all about how you use your information, particularly means how you present your information. UPSC never goes beyond the basics. UPSC never goes beyond the basic understanding, basic application of your subject. So whatever we read, every candidate should be in a position to apply this subject. It is not just what you call gathering and remembering information. It is about how you apply your information. That is what UPSC is testing. So UPSC is changing its way. Earlier, UPSC used to focus on basic facts, and most of us, right, we try to gather information, particularly the basic information, and we used to go to exam. But today, UPSC has totally changed. The nature of questions that are asked in UPSC have totally changed, right, from the factual level to the analytical level. Even in prelims, right, questions are of applicative nature. Questions are not direct. Questions won't come from any institute material. Right? UPSC want a candidate. UPSC want an aspirant to think before they answer. UPSC want every aspirant to use their analysis, use their mind while answering the question. That is what UPSC expects from us. That is what UPSC demands from a candidate. So most of us lack this area. So most of us are very weak in this area, and that is the reason why many of the candidates, they are failing to clear exam. Right? The reason for even after working for 10 to 12 hours a day. So I've seen many students even they're working for 16 to 17 hours. But still, once they write the exam, they are not confident of their exam. What is the reason for this point? It is not about hard work. We all do hard work. Everyone has the capacity of doing the hard work. But it is not just about hard work. Right? It is about hard work coupled with, right, presence of mind. It is not just a blind hard work. It requires presence of mind when you read something, when you see something, right? When you hear something. We read many things. Everything is available in the today. If you take the technology, you have everything. But why we are not able to answer the questions asked in UPSC? Why we are failing in it? The reason is we are not focusing on the applicative part. We are not focusing on the area of application. We are not trying to understand the organization part and applicative part of the information. Right? So there are many such issues. Right? So blind reading is not helpful for UPSC. Right? So we need not work 18 hours or 16 hours. 8 to 10 hours of work. 8 to 10 hours of work is more than enough. But it should be systematic. It should be strategic. Right? This is why we require some guidance. We require guidance and mentorship. You are very good hard workers. Right? No one can work hard more than you. But where lies the problem? Where lies the problem? You are in the field. The candidate is in the field. Right? They are not focusing on the strategy. They require a coach. They require a mentor who can really guide a candidate in their preparation. A candidate in the battlefield might lose the strategy. Candidate in a battlefield may not have the time to think about his strategy. Right? May not have the time to correct himself. So there should be someone, someone who observes, someone, right, who guides, someone who educates, someone who trains and motivates the candidate. That is the reason why we require a mentorship program. Many people write, right? They give attempts. I've seen people giving 4, 5, 6 attempts, but still not able to clear prelims. I've seen people, right, who are, right, who gave 4 mains, 5 mains, 6 mains. Even I have seen people who gave 8 mains, 8 time mains, but still they are not able to right, clear the service. Right? In fact, we are, even I am from that category. Alright, so we write mains for years together. We go to interview for 3 to 4 times. I've seen even in my own what you call a circle. We have friends, including me, where we have attended these interviews twice, thrice, 4 times. But where lies the problem? So, right. So UPSC requires a guidance and mentorship from those mentors, who have fought this exam, who went to the highest points, who cracked the services. Right. That is the reason why we require this mentorship program, guidance. Right. So in Kakatiya IAS Academy, right, a special focus is given to mentoring the candidates, mentoring the serious candidates. And every candidate who is writing UPSC exam is a serious candidate. They keep all their energies, every candidate, because we know, right, they sacrifice their life for the sake of UPSC exam. Their golden years of their life, the age of 21 to 30 years, the golden years of the life, right? Those, right, who come to civils, leaving their jobs. Right? I've seen people, including me again, where we leave our job for the sake of civils, but we work hard, right? But at last, when we see our result, right, we feel sad, or we feel sorry for our result. So to avoid all these hiccups, we require a backbone. There needs to be a backbone for civils examination, and all this support, all this encouragement, all this motivation, right, is provided in Kakatiya IAS Academy. And the mentors here in this academy are those who have attended interviews for 3-4 times, those who cleared services for 2 to 3 times, 4 times. So we have a blend of these mentors for each and every subject. Every subject is mentored by an officer, a selected officer, not for once, right? Selected for 2 to 3 times, clearing IRS, then IPS, then IAS, right? So every candidate, every serious candidate has the opportunity of getting the guidance from the right person in Kakatiya IAS Academy, right? So that is what the importance of mentorship and the mentors are. So let us look over the highlights of the program, right? So if you take this civils program or the mentorship program, so one thing I want to caution is the success of the mentorship program depends upon the self-study under the guidance of the mentors. So I am the chief mentor of this academy, and along with me there are other mentors also, as I said, right, who are in service, right? So we expect every student to be sincere in following the schedule. So for the entire 1.5 year schedule is given. A prior schedule of 1.5 year is given to the candidate, and everything is followed according to the schedule. Whether it may be conducting mains exams or prelims exams or current affairs or anything, everything is purely based upon schedule, prior plan, and this success of mentorship program depends upon a very, very sincere hard work of the student, a sincere commitment. and I don't have any doubt. I will not doubt on the sincerity, because every aspirant for me is a sincere aspirant. They are committed to the exam, because I know the problems faced by a candidate, right? Problems from the society, problems from their own peer groups, right? So we have all these problems. So, right, the plan is very clearly given, and following this plan will definitely ensure success in every aspirant's life. Every aspirant will have that success in UPSC, right? So our ultimate aim is to right, see our number in the rank list of UPSC. That is what our goal is, right? So if you take this program is divided into three phases. This program is divided into three phases. It's starting from October 29th. Actually, this program starts from October 29th. So this is what, right? The phase one, it is from November to January. So leaving the 2 days of October. So it is from from November to January, right? Where the first phase starts, right? First phase is from, right, November to January. So here in this phase, importance is given to mains cum prelims approach. It is a mains cum prelims approach, right? So if you take this so it is a mains cum prelims approach. The entire approach is, so focus 80%, 70 to 80% of the focus will be on mains answer writing. But along with mains answer writing, even prelims will also be focused on. But stress will be on mains answer writing. So for these 3 months, right, more focus stress will be on mains answer writing, where each and every paper of general studies, including essays, right, will be covered. So we have planned 40 tests for the entire GS papers, including 30 essays. That is, every candidate will practice 30 essays, and every candidate will write 40 tests. Each test consisting of 10 questions. Each test consisting of 10 descriptive questions. That means 40 into 10. So overallly, this will be around 400 questions, right? So every test also consists of, right, 20 MCQs. So every test, it has an MCQs as well as mains questions. It is both objective as well as descriptive questions. Alright, so, and this will be done, right, 3 days in a week. It is 3 days in a week, right? That means for every alternate day there will be an exam. Alright, and feedback will be given to the candidates individually. Every candidate is given feedback individually, and there will be a discussion class for every test, and these discussions will be taken by the respective mentor, right? So that is what the number of tests is. And newspapers, and today we all know about the importance of newspaper. So many people practice for a year long, they spend 40-50 thousands only for writing exams, only for practicing MCQs, right? So here in this academy, we will cover all the required newspapers like Hindu, the Indian Express, the Mint, magazines like Yojana and Kurukshetra, right? And every student is given at least 10 questions, 10 MCQs on that day's current affairs. So on every day, right, a minimum of 10 MCQs will be provided to the candidate. So apart from the 40 test plan, right, there will be a daily 10 MCQs as well as 2 to 3 mains questions which are based on the day's newspapers. And student is required to write the answers, right, in the classroom itself. Every mentor, every aspirant, right, they need to sit in the classroom, they need to answer the questions, right? So that is what our requirement is, right? Second, right, along with the general studies papers, equal importance is given to optional subject, because, right, if you lose this time, there won't be time to practice the optionals. So practicing optionals is equally important. Practicing optional subjects is equally important. So along with general studies, right, in these 3 months, right, so we cover, right, the optional subject also. That is, there will be a thorough revision of the entire optional subject in the given time of 3 months, right? And the optionals that we are covering are political science, public administration, anthropology, sociology, geography. So these are the optionals that we are covering, right? So this is what the phase one. Right? Phase one is about mains come prelims, where lion share goes to mains along with the optionals, right? Right. So coming to the next stage, that is phase two, which normally from February to March. So in this phase, so that is these 2 months, right? Slowly we will shift on towards prelims. We will shift towards prelims. So it is a prelims come mains approach. So we can call it as a transition from, right, mains to prelims approach. Slow transition to prelims come mains approach. So here lion share will be given to prelims, where in a week there will be 3 prelim tests. In a week there will be 3 prelim tests, where every prelim test it has 60 questions. So in previous phase we were practicing 20 MCQs. Now it will be 60 MCQs, right, in a week. That is for every test. And along with that there will be one mains test. That is each mains test consisting of 10 questions. Right. So here we will, in this phase we will try to wind up whatever we have read in the last 3 months. That is, it is total comprehensive revision of the main subjects, mains papers. So in these 2 months we will once again revise, right, the mains papers, right, along with increased focus on prelims. And the last phase, that is phase 3. So this phase, right, it is from April, May and June, that is until we go for prelims exam, where total focus will be on prelims, where we will try to revise all the 2 years current affairs, right? So we are launching an exclusive current affairs program, right, which covers current affairs from 2020, January 2020, right, till June 2021. Shortly we are commencing this program, so I will discuss about that in a separate video. But coming to this phase 3, it is exclusively a prelims approach. Total focus on India Yearbook, Economic Survey, right? So along with the revision of all the previous subjects. So whatever we have read from November, so revising every subject and going for tests. There will be 3 tests in a week, with each test having 100 MCQs. And as usually the questions based upon newspapers will be covered, right? So this is the plan of action for 2021. And once we complete prelims. After prelims, with a gap of 7 days from the prelims, we will start phase 4, which is exclusively about mains exam. So it should be this phase 4 is only a revision of what we read previously and revision of current affairs. It is only revision. So we will be having hardly 2 months of time after prelims to right after prelims and mains, and within this 2 months of time we need to cover all the syllabus of UPSC, including 2 years current affairs, right? So unless we have a very strong plan, right, a strong insight, it is not possible to clear UPSC exam. And most of the candidates, they lack this kind of insight into UPSC, right? So if we go by this plan, definitely there won't be any hurdle in our success, right? So coming to our team, right? So myself, Amarnath, I'll take polity, governance, IR, including current affairs, right? So coming to my credentials, I have written 7 mains with 2 interviews. The other mentors are Nagaraju sir, right? He is our honorary mentor, right? Who is in service, right? He will guide you. He will guide you in paper 3, particularly economy, internal security, disaster management, right? Another officer, that is Praveen Kumar sir. So he even is in service. So he's our honorary mentor, right? Who will act as a guide, right? He will guide in ethics paper. For ethics paper, NS Reddy sir, another officer, he is our honorary mentor, who will guide in history as well as social issues. Swedan sir, he will take care of geography and environment ecology, right? So these are the team, right, who will guide the aspirants. Coming to the optional subjects and the faculty, political science, it is dealt by myself Amarnath and NS Reddy sir. Public administration, right, myself Amarnath. So anthropology, KV Ramesh. Sociology, Dr. Farhan sir. Geography by Swedar. So this is what our team and the schedule, right? So detailed schedule will be given to those candidates who are registered with the institution. So it is only after prior registration, detailed schedule will be given to the aspirants. So I hope you have understood the importance of mentorship program. I advise every student to take benefit of this program and achieve success for themselves, for their parents, as well as for the institution, right? With this note, I'll stop this session. Thank you.